Hi, I'm Dawn Suchecki, CEO and coach at Results Leadership.
And I'm Dawn Suchecki, producer and executive producer now, but I've worked the last 30 years in a leadership role at a Fortune 500 company.
And this is our podcast. Between us, we have over 60 years of leadership experience with coaching, training, sales, and team building. Hello there, and welcome to Results Leadership Podcast. I'm Doug Suchecki.
And I'm Dawn Suchecki.
And we're grateful that you're here today as we talk about gratitude and having an attitude of gratitude, not just at Thanksgiving as it's coming up, but just throughout the year.
You know, that's a really good point. It's like when we were talking about doing this podcast, we were like, yeah, we want to do something right before Thanksgiving and to talk about gratitude. And I think that's a great idea. But you said this, I think yesterday, why do we do gratitude at Thanksgiving, which is important and we should show thankfulness, but we should do it more times during the year.
Oh, I think so too. And, I really think of something I heard from this year from John Gordon, and I was at a meeting and he was speaking and he talked about, you know what, you cannot be grateful and stressed at the same time. And he was really talking about how to take stock of the things that you're grateful for daily instead of just on a day.
You know what? That's a really good point because, I do love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is probably my second favorite holiday because I love Christmas so much. Christmas is great. And I love Easter too. But Thanksgiving is, I don't know, when I was a kid, we'd have our Thanksgiving, we'd have our turkey, and we would watch the parade. And so we had to get up, really early because we lived in Southern California. I know you lived down the street from me, but what time did your family get up to start watching the parade?
Oh, it was usually really early also. I mean, it was, we were up 7, 8 a.m. and up and usually popping cinnamon rolls in the oven, having some cinnamon rolls, sitting around watching the parade.
Yeah, that was me too. But the anticipation of, what was Thanksgiving dinner going to be like, what we were going to have, and and family comes over, and that aunt or that uncle that come over that you see once or twice a year. That was us, the family all getting together at Thanksgiving. But I love what you said, that being thankful and expressing that gratitude, more than just around the holidays. I think that's a really good practice. I mean, we have a really good friend that's in San Diego, Heather Sims, who she is the attitude of gratitude queen. She's, she gets invited to all over, but she's such a role model of being able to share gratitude like on a weekly basis.
Yeah, she does. She posts it, on her social media platforms weekly of, hey, today's the attitude of gratitude. And she always has a nice little quip. It lifts you up as you get ready for your day.
So that's a big shout out to our friend in San Diego, Heather. You're doing a great job.
Keep it up.
Thanks for the inspiration because I love her great attitude of gratitude. But yeah, it's so right having that throughout the year. But we especially wanted to do something, for Thanksgiving. Some people might be traveling, to go see family. I know we're traveling.
Yep. But it's always that type of thing where you're on the road, you get stressed, and you get there, and the whole group is together. It's important to take that time to relax, take a breath.
Wait a second. You said that people are stressed around their families? No, it can't be true.
Well, maybe, but a lot of times it's the drive and fighting the traffic that's always out there.
Yeah, we're going to go with traffic.
Okay. Yeah, that's traffic.
Yeah, that's it. Traffic. No, but I mean, but you're right. Sometimes it can be stressful situations. And so, but it's okay. It's about being together. And one of the things that I love about Thanksgiving and the traditions, of course, the turkey and the great food. And I'm such a foodie and I love, love, love to cook. And I love to try new recipes and I love to, serve food to family. It's my love language. But one of the things that you and I were talking about yesterday is a special Thanksgiving tradition that you did in your house and that we did in my house growing up, but we also did with our kids.
Right. And that's, simple. And I'm sure a lot of people have a similar type thing they do, but we went around the table and asked them of one thing they were grateful for. And we really had them focus on kind of a larger picture than, oh, I was, grateful that I got here today or grateful for this, really looking at it overall of what it really meant, and took time to really think about it before you got a chance to express it. And what was interesting is what we found so many times, it wasn't about things that happened, but it really was more focused about the people they were with when those things happened. It was really about the community that was involved there as we were sitting around the table, not just our family, but as it expanded to the extended family and their friends.
I always loved your father's insight, and of course my dad's insight around the Thanksgiving table. And and I took some time this year to really think about it, because I wanted to be serious about, what am I grateful for? And you're right, it's not just an event like I got a promotion or I got a new job or I got a new puppy or whatever that is. But to really take some time to reflect on the things that you're grateful for. And of course, I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for our marriage and our lives together. And I'm grateful for our children and the incredible people that they have become and the people that they are. And I love them deeply. But I'm also grateful for this year in 2024. And it started out like a little bit rocky, but for me, it is filled with unforgettable memories and some pretty meaningful accomplishments this year. But it really tested my resilience. And so this year has been eye-opening for me. Of course, there's been struggles. I learned so much about myself, and I'm grateful for the lessons that I learned, because I think that those things are really valuable because they help shape you into the person that you can become, and the person that that I'm striving to be in 2025. So I'm grateful for all of those trials, and having a maybe just a deeper sense of appreciation for the process, that it's okay to fail. It's okay to have, the struggle. It's okay. So that's what I'm kind of learning, and being incredibly grateful for the lessons learned.
Well, yeah, and I think as we get here, we see the end of the year coming up. Uh, you know, Next year is right around the corner. In fact, we're going to be in the next couple of weeks dropping some podcasts about setting goals for the next year and so forth. But as we're in this time and in this moment, we're looking back a lot of times of what you're grateful for. And I think about, man, so much stuff was jammed into 2024. And it seemed like 2 years rather than one, with all the things that went on for us together as a couple and each other personally, and just the things that happened, and some incredible things that changed the way we looked at life and moved through life. And I'm grateful for those. I believe growth comes through change, and you have to embrace it and adopt it to truly grow. And I feel like it's been, for me, such a year of growth. Um, as always, growing closer to you, and us together, growing closer to God, and then growing closer to what we are to become as a couple and as individuals. It's just been an incredible year of growth for me.
It has been a really great growth in just faith, right? And um, I love that you said that, because I feel that too. And so, there is no there's no growth without the trial, right? You have to have the learning experience so you can grow. And I think that you're right. And it's not always easy, right? I think it's meant to be not necessarily painful, but I think it's meant to get our attention, right?
Right. I mean, it's truly, I don't know if you had these when you were a kid, but I had them, especially as I was starting to bust into teen, is I'd have these terrible leg pains. And the doctor said, well, those are just growing pains. And, growth is sometimes painful, not only physically, but emotionally. But I think through that, you grow and you find out more about yourself, find out more about each other. And through that really grew into becoming people that we're meant to be.
I agree. And, but I'm also thankful. I'm definitely thankful for the experience and the lesson learned and all of those things. But I'm also grateful for the people along the way because,
Right.
you don't do it yourself. Right. And so there are so many people. And I don't know if this podcast would, we could mention everyone that has been not only an influencer, but a great um, help along in this journey. So 2024 has been not only a personal growth, but it's also about the people that you bring along the way and who are your biggest cheerleaders and your supporters and your friends and your family. And maybe it's sisters or brothers or children, or maybe that's a priest or a pastor or a community. Those are the people that and I love our friends who are so just giving of their time, giving of their ear, giving of their their gifts and talents, and in helping to encourage me all along my personal journey, as well as yours too.
I feel like that community's grown a lot this year. Where maybe, in back in the day when the, COVID was around, we felt our circle shrink. I felt like it just expanded this year for
Oh
us
yeah.
of so many, not only new friends, but the rekindling of old friends and probably
Yeah, we don't want to say our friends are
relationships,
old. We don't want to say, yeah. Our friends,
old friendships. So,
old friendships, yes. Mature friendships. How
yeah,
about
there
that?
you
Our friends are not old. We're not that old, Doug.
go. Okay.
No, we're getting up there. I'm feeling it. I'm even grateful for that. I'm grateful for another year, and the things that I've learned in my 50 somethings. I used to joke with my dad about this. Before I was 20, I was like, yeah, my dad's not very smart. He doesn't know a lot of stuff. And then I turned, 25, 30, and I was amazed at how smart my dad got in those 10 years, because you just don't appreciate, your parents or when you're a kid, but you certainly learn those lessons. And I've learned the lessons every single year. And even this last decade, I feel like I've really grown, and especially this last year. So many things personal. So as you sit down at the table with your family or your friends, if maybe you have a friend, what do they call it? A friend
Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving. I can't even say it. If you have a Friendsgiving or a family Thanksgiving, take some time to really be present with the people that you love. And I'm so excited about being able to do that. We're actually going to get to play some golf, which
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to for Thanksgiving, and just sit down and go to a movie. I mean, we're going to do that too. So um, we're not going to see Wicked. We're going to see Gladiator 2. So I gotta see Pascal. So
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, I'm not interested in sitting in a movie theater with a bunch of, theater majors singing along to the song. So I'm going to wait and stream it at home.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we'll sing.
Then we'll sing along in private. Yeah. We don't want to do it with everybody else. But I hope that this Thanksgiving that you are with people that you love, and you get an opportunity to tell them how much you love them. And I hope that you have great blessings on your Thanksgiving, and that we're grateful for you as listeners in listening to our podcast. So thank you for being here.
And if you can't be with them, reach out to them. Find a way to reach out to them and tell them how much they meant to you this year, and appreciate them and how grateful you are for them.
That's great. Thank you, Doug. And in our next podcast, we're going to be talking about goals. Shameless plug. I wrote a book on goals, and we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be diving in great detail. And so if you've listened to some of the other podcasts, I talked about a vision board. And that I entitled a Vision board because I forgot one of the I's. But anyways, that's a whole other story. But we're going to talk about goals and breaking those down. So it's actually going to be in a two-part series because there's so much information in the last 6 weeks of the year. Can you believe that?
We're
6
so
weeks left.
close. I know.
Weeks left.
Some great things there. We're going to put it all together for you. So thanks again for joining us. We really appreciate your time here, and share the gratitude with others today. And we will look forward to speaking with you again on our next podcast for Results Leadership.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.